Hi guys! Today we're gonna do a really fun segment of Ask Mona, Fragrance Edition. So for the first question we have, where did your inspiration come from for creating Kayali fragrances? Honestly, my inspiration for creating a fragrance brand started from my very first obsession with fragrances, which started when I was really little. I've always loved fragrances so much, and I've been collecting fragrances since I was 14. And when I moved to Dubai, that's when my real inspiration started. It was when I realized there were so many amazing parts of the Middle Eastern culture and their rituals when it came to fragrances that I was like, you know what, this is just so much more than putting on a perfume when you leave the house. This is a part of the culture, it's a part of the heritage, it's a part of the celebrations, it's a part of life, it's a part of art. It's like celebrations and everything. Every moment has fragrance as a part of it. So it just made me fall in love with fragrances even more. And when I started venturing into entrepreneurship, that's when I was like, if I can ever work on something that's purely out of passion one day, it's gonna be a fragrance brand. That's when the idea for Kayali started, and there's a touch of my Middle Eastern heritage in every part of Kayali. So it's really important to me to celebrate the Middle Eastern part of the fragrance ritual. Could you take us through the process of designing the juice from scratch? To be honest, I wouldn't say that every time we launch a fragrance, it's the same process. This is like a typical scenario. So typically I will brief the perfume house or the nose specifically, what kind of scent I'm trying to create, what kind of mood. I really focus on mood and like a few notes. So like as an example with Utopia, the mood was like beachy, holiday, summer vacations, sunshine in a bottle, happiness in a bottle. And the notes that I wanted to focus on was vanilla and coconut. So I was very specific about that. And when we shared that with the perfume house, they shared it with a couple noses that they had in mind, as well as the ones that we handpick, which is always Gabriella. She's like my favorite, and she says she knows me really well by now. And they brief it to all of the noses, and then they come back with submissions. So we have like maybe 10 different directions we can go into, and you evaluate them. You smell them on blotters, you smell them on skin, smell them on clothing, smell them on different people. So it's a long process of just testing, and then you decide on which route you want to go into. Sometimes it's many routes, you want to keep testing different ones, and then you keep changing it and you keep adding notes, adding ingredients. The perfumer usually gives their ingredients that they suggest, and then you give yours as well, and you keep going back and forth with ideas. So it's like a lot of trial and error. It's a lot of mixing and matching. It's a lot of testing. Like I can't tell you how many times I've just like had to wash my arms repeatedly throughout the day just to have like fresh skin, which is probably my biggest challenge. I think my biggest challenge with Kayali is like having skin to try fragrance on. Like you can't, it's so hard. You can't really test more than like 2-3 on each arm maximum at a time. Like even that is a lot. In an ideal scenario, you want to test 1 on each arm, but it's really challenging. Like if you guys saw around my room right now, I have like on that one table probably 40 samples and like samples everywhere, but it's just like I can't try them all the time. So that's probably the toughest part. But that's basically how the juice starts, and you keep going, keep testing, and then you get the final juice at the end. It's the one that you feel the best about, the one that you feel stands out the most, and the one that you feel really captures the vibe that you're trying to create. And just another fun fact for all of you guys who haven't seen this before or heard it before, for us with Kayali, we try to share with you guys as much information as we can. So the number on our actual bottle represents the number of trials and modifications that we went through to get the specific juice. So like with Deja Vu White Flower 57, it was 57 mods to get to that specific one that we chose in the end. So lots of back and forth, lots of passion, lots of driving people crazy, including driving myself crazy, but it's definitely worth it to get something that's really special and unique in the end. What inspires you when creating a new fragrance? Is it by an ingredient or experience? So I feel like this kind of goes with the last question, the answer that I shared. So it's kind of a mixture of both. It's a mixture of like the mood I'm trying to create, the vibe, the picture, as well as the ingredients as well, because I think that both are very important and they kind of go hand in hand. Like I feel like some ingredients really create a specific mood. Like if you mix like coffee and rose, it's gonna be very like energizing but sexy and rich and luxe, you know? Versus if you mix like florals and citruses, it's kind of like fun and playful and energizing and more like fresh and youthful. So I think they really go hand in hand. I'm gonna end this video with a quote. So our quote of the day is by the amazing Ralph Waldo Emerson, and it is, "Happiness is a perfume you cannot pour on others without getting a few drops on yourself." And isn't perfume the same thing? I feel like it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you all so much. Stay happy, stay blessed, and stay wearing perfume. Mwah. Love you all. Bye.